Here I'm going to look primarily at the Alesis Microverb. That is Microverb with no number because it was the first of the Microverb series. I believe the MIDI-verb series predated the Microverb. The Microverb was produced as a very simple device with a very few presets just to get people going. The original Microverb seems to have a somewhat duller sound compared to the Microverb II, which we'll also demonstrate in this video using the same sound source. You may see what appear to be fins or castellations on the side of these units. I don't believe they're heat sinks, but these things were 1/3 of a rack unit wide. So the idea was you could mount 3 of them side by side, and to that extent there's a small screw hole in the bottom that allows them to be clamped to a plate. These fins at the side then interlock fairly loosely as you put 2 of these units together. The rear of the unit's quite self-explanatory. There's a 9-volt input which is AC, which is a bit unusual. Alesis adopted this for the earlier versions of these devices. Both the Microverb I and Microverb II work with 9-volt AC. A defeat input socket there allows you to put a foot switch in and kill the reverb if you're using this for, say, vocals in a live situation and you want to give announcements without reverb. Left and right input are summed together as far as the reverb processing is concerned, and then processed and come out through simulated left and right outputs. Then a proportion of the input is also sent to the output depending on the state of the mix control, dry wet if you like, control on the front. No point showing the Microverb II, it's exactly the same layout on the back. This is the rig I'm using here. Nothing special, but it allows me to separately record the reverb and the original sound, and I'll mix those back together again for the video. I'm just going to use a little wooden percussion instrument to demonstrate the reverb tail coming off these Microverbs. First then, the original Microverb. I'll just work my way through the presets here. There are 6 simulations of small rooms and 7 simulations of larger rooms. There are also a couple of gated reverbs and a reverse setting. You'll notice that some settings have quite a pronounced slapback sound to them. One of them is quite asymmetrical, in fact, from left and right channels. I think by the time we've gone through this you'll note that large 5 is a fairly smooth sound and appropriate to things like classical ensembles. As seems to be the convention for these devices, there's always a completely over-the-top large room, and number 7 here is pretty over-the-top. Gated reverbs were all the rage at the time these devices were put on the market, so there are 2 here with 2 different cut-off times. The single LED level indicator is pretty basic. It shows orange when signal levels are low or off, but gives an indication that there's power to the unit. It goes green when there's a decent signal level without clipping, and then red when you're likely to be clipping the signal. And now on to the Microverb II. I won't repeat what I've done on a previous video here. I did a demo of that in quite a bit of detail. There's a slight difference in terms of the presets here. They've been set up in small, medium and large instead of just small and large. You'll find the sound of this is somewhat brighter, probably even a little clangy. It's a completely different sound quality from the original Microverb. So let's work through the presets on this device. And there they are, the Alesis Microverb and Microverb II.